Hello everyone, let's do our another round of app critique. Today I'm gonna critique YouTube Studio. This is my first time of using it, so let's see how it looks. Actually, I use it on the browser side. Personally, I think the browser side of design is not as satisfying. It's hard to use to a YouTuber, okay? But let's see how the phone app looks. And then first thing let's do is to critique the phone app icon. I personally like this icon. It's using a very trendy minimalist style. It's just using red and white as the main color to create a great contrast. And also we can see that YouTube Studio and YouTube, they are sharing the same design language. They both use the red as the background and use the white to be the foreground. And also we can see there are some details. So both YouTube and YouTube Studio, you can see the gear and the how can I say it, the rectangular stuff. They have the round corner, right? But the play button actually doesn't have the round corner, which just makes the great contrast because those two shapes, they have different design language, and it's easy for the user, to focus on the play icon on this red background, okay? So that was done greatly. If you want me to be very picky, I would say that the minimalist style is too trendy, and we can see that all of those icons are using the same style. So it's really hard for your icon, for the minimalist icon to stand out from all those competitors. We can see the August, it's also using this red and the white stuff. So that's and also the DoorDash, we can see, very similar. Looks like they just born, as the brother and sister. They are the same family. They're in the same family, but actually not. So that's the thing I want to critique. And another thing, I'm not sure whether it's caused by the screen resolution. I just feel like the YouTube Studio has a darker right compared to YouTube. Not sure just me feel this way. Okay. Sorry. Okay, let's continue. Let's click the YouTube Studio and sign in. I'll just sign in from my Blue Daily account. So we can see right now it's loading. And then, okay, we are on the dashboard screen. And here is the the hamburger button, which is very typical. But I don't know whether this is the bug. Why this panel is not above those three icons. I probably will take a look at other to compare. And okay, so we have 5 items: dashboard, videos, playlist, comments, and analytics. And under the dashboard, I can see my channel. It's not clickable, but it just looks like so much clickable. And below that is the analytics, and then it's the video. Analytics, I can click either view more or the panel, it goes to the same place. But then why this Blue Daily doesn't, take me to my channel, to my home screen of my channel. And below that is the videos part and then the comments part. Okay, so the dashboard by default, it will only provide 3 items, and it puts analytics as the first part. And you can see that was the real-time views and also the little chart. This is not clickable again. Okay. Okay. First of all, I would, if you want me to critique a little bit on the visual design or the micro interaction design, I would suggest to have a close icon, close button on the screen, rather than just have this drop down, because this will make the user feel a little bit panic without a way of going back. even though I think the designer is thinking about, we should force the user to pick a selection, right? But actually, in the real time, if there's no way of going back, the user will feel panic, because going back or close it is usually the most intuitive way of navigation. So that's just my personal experience. But oh, damn, yeah, you can see. But that's just time by time. And also, I would suggest this little chart to have more interaction, because it's pretty natural, to use the finger to zoom in, zoom out, or slide, in most application. And we can see that if you drag it, this card is moving. So it's somehow like telling the user, hey, you can play around or play with this card, but actually you can do nothing except for refreshing. So that's what I feel a little bit disappointing about the macro interaction. But let's just go back to the higher level, the information architecture level or the feature level stuff. I think dashboard is very typical, used in all kinds of similar stuff, similar like video content management software or video content management application. You always have a dashboard to have an overview of what's happened. So here, analytics is easy to understand. It's just telling you the what's happened in the last 28 days, and what's the views, what's the subscriber change. But regarding to the views and the watch time, I'm not sure whether this is the increased watch time or is the total watch time. The total watch time is like how long time you reached so far, or it's like how long time you gain in the last month. That's totally different. So I think it's better to make it very clear. Otherwise, the user will get confused. And but it's good to put those three metrics, because I'm a YouTuber. So personally, I would say that I like those metrics, but if I'm the designer, I definitely will do some survey or research about what's the most important metrics that user will care about. So do they care about the watch time, or do they care about the views, or do they care about the revenue most? And yeah, so personally, just my personal opinion, I think comments is also very important metrics, but I don't know. Probably based on their big data research, they just found out, comments is, how many comments the user gained, the YouTuber gained is not that important. Probably that's the reason. Yeah, let's see. And below that is the videos. Here, I still don't know what's the order. What's the logic of this order? So they just put some random 3 videos here, and also we can see that there's one video I locked. I'm pretty sure that I have more videos. So I guess they're just using the most the default order. Sorry, I just my video always got a problem. Yeah, they're just using the default order. That could be debatable. So if I'm the designer, I probably will propose multiple ways. So one way is order the video by some algorithm, like the most let's say that the video that which gains most views in the last month, or is the video that I just gain the, or I don't know, just there are so many ways of order it. One way could be like order by the views in the past. Another way could be like order by the views gained in the past month. And another way could be like the videos which is the most potential to gain like more attention from the audience, from the YouTube audience, right? So there are so many, or the video which gain the most money. There are so many ways. So I would suggest to create some orders and then do some research and see which way the user will care most. And I think a great way of doing the research is like you can just show some video and then just show some video in this panel, and then just ask the users, hey, which kind of order do you think makes more sense to you, or what do you think is the order, what do you think is the, or like why do you think the videos are ordered in this way? So just ask some open questions. And another thing is like maybe there could be some filter. I don't know. This should be based on research. Some filter for this video, and you can filter by the viewers or filter by other metrics, other dimensions, and then see and you just give some flexibility to the users. But of course, it will take some space to put this control. And below that is the comments. Yeah, as I see, I think as I'm the YouTuber, so somehow I'm a typical user. So I really care about the comments because based on the YouTube algorithm, the more comments means the more possibility that you will get more subscribers. So I was just remind me another way of doing the metrics or doing the dimension is based on the conversion rate. Like how many users, how many audience are converted to be followers, based on this video, after watching this video. So that's also a very important metrics which YouTuber will care about. And comments is here, okay? Yeah, why we care so much about the comments. Yeah, I'm just talking like I'm the user, but I'm supposed to talk as a designer. But anyway, yeah, because the user needs to reply those comments so that have a great relationship with the subscribers. Yeah, so that's why the comments is so important. I think, view more. Wow, there are a lot. So published, most held for review, cancel. Oh, I think held for review is like a save for later, something like that. But I don't know how to put that comment into held for review. So that's a confusing feature to me. So I'm just curious why there's a feature like that. And it's ordered by the most recent. I think that makes sense. But also I think it would be great to, have some kind of like other filter, like some comments that I haven't replied. That's an important metrics, right? Oh, damn. Okay, we just spent so much time on this dashboard part. Oh, I got it. So that's another, that's a little bit confusing. So I think I got the navigation flow of this phone app. It's like a dashboard is showing everything, but if you click the card to see the details, actually means you just go to the corresponding tab. For example, video is the same as you click here. Yes, so that's true. And playlist is something different because under dashboard you don't have playlist. The comments is the same. Analytics is the same. Oh, then I have to be very mean. Yeah. So if you put analytics as the first card in dashboard, why in the side navigation the analytics is the last one? So and also if they have this father and child relationship, why don't you just make it more obvious? Have some indent. Yeah, you got the idea. It's like just show more hierarchy because there's already some kind of hierarchy in your navigation, right? This is the main screen, father screen, and then this is the child screen. Then why don't you just make it more clear here? And what's this playlist? how can I navigate it into playlist if it's so important, more important than analytics? Why there's no entry point in dashboard? So yeah. Still I cannot get the playlist stuff. I mean, like, if you don't want, if this is something that you use not that often, that's why that you don't show it in the dashboard, then you can probably just put it as the last one, or just give a entry. You don't really need to show 3 items or show list. You can just show an entry and have some overview stuff. That's enough. So personally, I think this navigation is not that good. But the good part is like it doesn't include a lot of features, because I remember that in the YouTube Studio on browser that you can set, you can do a lot of different settings, like monetization. It's like the section that allowing you to do some like set something to be set your video to contain some kind of advertisement, or just turn off the advertisements, those kind of things. But it doesn't have so many complicated feature. But then my question is like, why do you think the user wants to use this phone application from the phone app side? What's the user scenario? Well, I should probably mention it at the beginning. But yeah, that's the bad thing of doing a phone critique, at the first time, because you didn't see it before, so you probably cannot, talk about it in a logical way. You just see something and think loud. Yeah, that's a very important question. So, what's the user scenario? Why they want to use it from the phone app side? If they, would usually do some like, for example, like changing the video. Like, for example, I usually like to have some links, embedded in my video. Of course, I will do it on my browser. I won't do it here. Then why the user wants to, manage the video on your phone app? I think, I don't know, but just my assumption is like probably the YouTuber wants to reply the comment or see the analytics from the phone app side. And then and then those complicated setting probably won't be used very much. Yeah, but we can see there are still some kind of like setting here, and it's using the side navigation. Yeah, add text, edit video, category, comment. Yeah, some basic settings. Okay, I got the idea. I guess. So what I want to say is like it's really important to research on why the user wants to do something from the phone app side, and what's the what's the feature that they use the most frequently, and then just order those features based on the user's behavior, the user's habit. And then okay, let's just go back to this navigation stuff. I think this playlist is a little bit awkward to be here, and here notification. Clear all notification. Okay, this is a notification side, but clear all notification will clear all here, or it will clear all from the both sides. So I don't know. That should be clearly indicated. Okay, and this is my account. This is somehow our YouTube. So if I click here, I probably can go to my site. And here, that's why that it doesn't provide the link here. But if you already want to provide a link here, why you don't want to provide a link here? I mean, that's just another thing that makes me feel very confused. And if you want me to be very picky, yeah, let's do some critique on the visual side, because that will be more casual. Yeah. If you want me to critique on the visual side, I'll say, first of all, the alignment could be better, even though I can see the designer, want those two paddings to be even. And here, those two paddings to be even, but, to have this little curve, those shapes, that will be a little bit awkward. And and also, I just this part really bothers me. If you don't want the user to click this pad, this panel, and then why don't we just remove it? It's just such a redundant piece. And then here the hierarchy is doing great. It's using the light gray to show the time range and to have a secondary, layer in this panel. And then the view more button is the bluish color, indicates it's clickable. And that's usually very, how can I say, just always being a topic about if a card is already clickable, do we really need to show some clear visual indicator? Like, is the user so stupid, or the user is smart enough? That's something that is always controversial, but I think the one way that if I'm the designer, I probably will just take a look at the design guideline. I mean, if all of the other applications in Google family is using view more, if using this this button in the clickable card, and then I probably won't argue so much. But let's see. Personally, my personal opinion is like, as a human is more and more familiar with those technology, with those phones and computers, and that we probably don't need so much visual indicators all the time. Even though in the book about face, I think it's about face, it's said that it's important to show a visual indicator to let the user know, hey, this is where that you can do the interaction. But I don't know, just my personal opinion is like, let's see what's happening in the future. Yeah, as everything will be interactive, then we probably don't need to be we don't need to speak out all the time. Yeah, that's my point. Okay, and below that is, I think it looks fine. If you want me a little bit picky about the icon, I would say this comment icon is a little bit too huge, even though it's in the same framework, compared to other icon, I can tell. But it just looks too fat. It looks way more weight than other icons. So just, yeah. Oh, damn. 3 most recent watch time. Your estimated viewers, and all those numbers are right aligned. That's good. It's easy for the user to compare. But in this case, there's it's no need to compare. I would say just looks very neat. One thing that's something that I'm not sure. But usually, if you want to, make the user feel excited, once your subscriber is increasing, that's just my thought. You probably can make the plus more stronger, and then just user will feel like, yeah, I got more subscribers. Yeah. Otherwise, they probably will feel like, oh, change. It's like I just lose some subscribers. Oh no, it's gaining, and then it's fine. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I think we have been critics for some time.